Financial advisors are really great at helping you accumulate money. I'm really great at helping you protect your money.
Ooh, I love that.
That's true. Advisors help you accumulate money for retirement. I help you protect your money along the way. Hey, welcome to the Insurance Buzz. We are your hosts, Michael and Courtney Weaver, and today we have our 4-part series of overcoming life insurance objections that you hear on the daily. And today we're going to be talking about how to overcome the objection. My advisor says I'm good. I don't need any life insurance.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. So here's my thought process, and I'm not going to tell a customer this. I might tell a customer this. I have told a customer this before, actually. So your advisor, and this is not how I overcome the objection, by the way. We're going to get into that. But hey, I love that you have a financial advisor. That is fantastic. Financial advisors are really great at helping you accumulate money. I'm really great at helping you protect your money.
Ooh, I love that.
So I do actually tell customers that. I've told customers that many of times when I hear this objection.
Yeah.
But this is not how I'm going to overcome it. But that is just, that's true. Advisors help you accumulate money for retirement. I help you protect your money along the way. Right?
All the way through.
All the way through, baby.
Yep.
So
I'm looking at risk. I'm trying to protect all of your corners.
Yep. So just like every objection that we have covered, I love the 1 to 10 close in this, because when they say, hey, my advisor said I don't need this. Courtney, fantastic. I love that you have an advisor. Quick question for you on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being you have zero interest in what we talked about today. 10 being, hey, I totally understand what we talked about and agree, and I'm ready to get this going today. Where are you at on that scale?
6.
6. Perfect. And Courtney, tell me a little bit about, because that score's a little bit lower than what I was hoping for. Tell me a little bit about what you were hoping for out of this plan that I'm not able to provide you, or maybe some questions you have. Like, talk to me a little bit.
It's just, I feel like I'm good with what I have in my retirement plan, and everything's taken care of there.
Yeah. So Courtney, let me ask you a question since you brought up your advisor. And again, I love that you have an advisor. I recommend everyone have an advisor. My question for you is do you have enough confidence in your current advisor to get a free second opinion?
Yes.
Perfect. So that's what I would love to work with you, Courtney. I'd love to give you a free second opinion on your investments, on your retirement, and making sure that you do have enough money to retire when you want, the way you want, but also protect your money along the way to make sure that you're not going to lose any money.
Okay.
And in the event that something happens, like we talked about today, that your family has the ability to continue to live the same lifestyle that they're living.
That's good.
So Courtney, wouldn't it be a good time in the next few days to go ahead and put a time on the calendar to review your current investment plan?
Tomorrow at 2.
Awesome. That's it. That's where I'm going. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to try to argue with Courtney right now about why you should get life insurance. Like if she gave me a 6, let's worry about that tomorrow in the 2:00 appointment when she brings in her investment strategies, her 401k, all of her paperwork. And then I'm going to bring this back up. All right, if the conversation went that way.
Okay, so help me understand this a little bit. So they say, I'm good. I have it through my financial advisor.
Yep.
Your response is 1 to 10.
1 to 10.
On a scale of 1 to 10. And then they're going to give you whatever number, 7, 8, 9, 6 or lower.
Yep.
And then you're going to overcome that with, are you confident enough with your current financial advisor to get a second opinion?
Yep. So that is going to be always my go-to with advisors. Like anyone that throws me the advisor objection, after I try to soft close them again, so where I gauge them, because if you would have said a 7 in that example, let's role play that real fast. If you said a 7, I would have said, Courtney, that's a really high score. I love that we're on the same page and you want to make sure that your family's protected in the event that something happens to you, regardless of what your advisor says. All I need is the legal spelling of your first and last name for the application.
Okay.
In which they may go ahead and sign it, or Courtney may say, yeah, I'm with you, but let me just go talk to my advisor real fast. Like, let me just go talk to him. Fair?
Yeah.
All right.
That's fair.
That's typically what happens in that situation in my experience. Like, I'll assume it. They'll be like, Michael, I'm with you. I agree. Let me go talk to my advisor. and just ask some more questions. In which I say, Courtney, I'm with you, and I think that that's amazing. Speaking of your advisor, do you have enough confidence in your current advisor to get a free second opinion?
Yes.
Perfect.
Or no.
Or no. That's right. So if you say yes, then I'm going to go ahead and schedule the appointment.
After they've talked to their financial advisor.
Right. Well, yeah. No. So I'm going to go ahead and schedule the appointment for like 48 hours, like 24 to 48 hours to bring back in their investment paperwork and stuff like that. So I can give them a free second opinion. And then we're going to bring up life insurance again around the importance of, hey, investments are for investments. We have to make sure that if your income stops, that your retirement plan goes out the window for your spouse. And so the only way to be able to protect your retirement and your investments is if you have a plan in place that replaces your income along the way if something happens to you. So that's what you're going to talk about in that conversation. Now, you wouldn't necessarily have to wait to have that conversation. You could have that conversation right now. So let's pretend like we get into this. So Courtney, scale from 1 to 10. What are you going to say?
7.
7. Courtney, I'm glad that we're on the same page. I'm glad that you see the value in making sure that your paychecks are protected and, more importantly, that your family's protected in the event that you passed away and didn't go home to them today. To get this started, I just need the legal spelling of your first and last name for the application.
You know, I really want to talk to my financial advisor before I do anything here.
Hey, I'm with you, Courtney. So let me just ask you a quick question real fast, just out of curiosity. So your advisor is helping you out with retirement planning, correct? Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And so my question for you, Courtney, because retirement and investments are very dependable on your income, correct? Mm-hmm. Because you work every day and then you're going to put a certain percentage into your investment or retirement account to be able to retire one day.
Yep.
Okay. So my question for you is if you were to pass away unexpectedly and you don't have this plan in place that we're talking about, and all the money that you all have in retirement for your retirement dreams one day, your spouse has to go in and grab, what are they going to do for retirement? Mm-hmm. Yes, I did just go there, and I just crushed that objection. It's true.
I don't have anything to say there.
Because there is nothing to say.
It is true. Yeah.
There is nothing to say. Like, if you use your retirement income for your family's lifestyle to raise your kids, unless you just don't care about your spouse's retirement or who even knows if there's enough money for your family to live off of. Like, we're taking question marks, we're taking hope, and we're actually creating a plan and strategy that offers guaranteed financial security in the event that something happens. Your family has guaranteed paychecks coming in for as long as you want them to come in. There is no argument there. Stick me in front of a financial advisor. Let's do this. Let's go. Do you have enough? You have enough confidence in your advisor for a free second? Of course. But that is where I would go with that conversation. I've done that a lot. You help them understand. So we're not reselling, but you're logical here. That's all we're doing in the close. The close is always logical. So when I ask you, hey, you work every day and you put a little bit of money away for retirement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what happens if you pass away and you don't have enough, you're no longer working, and your family has to use that money? Where does the retirement dream go? Mm-hmm. It goes down the toilet. That's where it goes. So that's how you overcome the financial advisor objection.
I do want to bring up a point, though, because you bring up, are you confident enough in your financial advisor to get a second opinion? Mm-hmm. And I want to remind you, as insurance professionals, that question can be turned on you, too. Like, the financial advisor could ask, are you confident enough in your life insurance or your insurance professional with your liability needs? So if you are going to go into these conversations, let us not forget what we are doing here. We have to make sure that we are digging deep. We are finding the why. We are asking better questions. We are moving past our own uncomfortable feelings for the sake of the customer and what their needs and goals are. I want to make sure that we reiterate this.
Preach.
Because it's one thing to be like, hey, he sucks. Let me help you out. It's another thing if you're not doing your moral obligation and asking these questions too.
Ooh, preach.
Okay. So that's going to require you to have these conversations.
Yeah, we're not transactional. We're not just over here peddling products. Like, you have to get to the pain point. Like, what is the problem? Maybe they actually do have enough money. Maybe they do. And if they have millions in the bank and they have a plan, if somebody passes away, their family's covered and they have enough for retirement, then so be it. All right? That is not your job to tell them that that is an adequate plan.
Well, and I think it's your job to protect risk.
Yes.
And for them to bring all of this to the table and for you to say, let me see if I can find a blind spot anywhere that we're missing, that, that there's any risk that isn't covered on the table. And it might be, no, you're good. This looks great. This is a great plan. Yep. Wouldn't you rather have that conversation? Oh, yeah. Wouldn't you rather be in that position? But I think I want to make sure and reiterate this since we're talking about life insurance so much that if we are going to call others in the financial services space to a higher standard, we need to call ourselves to higher standards.
Amen. Preach.
Yeah.
I love that. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah. Always.
Always making an impact, changing people's lives.
We're asking the questions that nobody else is asking. These are parents, these are grandparents, these are friends, these are siblings. We have to do it. We have to move past this uncomfortable feeling of getting into the clothes and the balls tightening up in our throat. And we're like, oh, I'm going to ask them for money and I already know they're going to throw this objection at me. That's okay. That's okay. We signed up for this.
We did. And it's funny, something just came to my mind. Like the question I ask about, hey, like, what would happen like if you passed away and they used the money out of retirement? I know that may seem very uncomfortable, and it will be uncomfortable, but that's the point. Because when you're uncomfortable and they're uncomfortable, you're going to help them process things that they don't think about very often. And that's the magic of what we all do here. We all have the ability to have conversations that matter and get people thinking about what they would actually want in the event that something happened to them. That's all we're doing.
Yeah. Trying to set up like, what is best case scenario?
Yep.
What is best case scenario for you, your financial situation, for your legacy?
It's like the question you always ask. If you were to wave a magic wand, what would you want your life and your family's life to look like?
Because we have that ability. We have the wand.
Yep.
To say, what do you want it to look like? And how can I help you achieve that?
Amen.
Such a good one.
So that's how you overcome the advisor objection. So here we go. We appreciate you. Man, I had a lot of fun on this one. This was good. This was so good.
It was.
So the next time you hear the advisor objection, use the 1 to 10 and then ask them if they have enough confidence in their current advisor to get a second opinion, or just ask the questions to help them realize that, hey, I totally understand you have investments, you have retirement. Is that where you want the money to go? And then what's the retirement plan for the family if all the money gets used to live off of? And how long would that last? So as always, time and attention are by far our most important assets. We appreciate you spending time with us today on The Buzz. Go out and make it great.